With the evidence that there is reduction in positive cases of COVID-19 being recorded by the Ministry of Health in Jamaica, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has embarked on the journey of restoring the economy and normalcy. The first major step, the discontinuation of the work from home order, which expired on May 31. In a press briefing Sunday evening, the Prime Minister announced protocols for the workplace to ensure the safety of employees upon their return.
Now, I want to spend a little time on the physical distancing measures to facilitate workers at the workplace. Now, where an employer assesses that the employee to square footage ratio will not allow for employees to have at least 36 square feet of functional space individually to facilitate the recommended social distancing space of 6 feet apart, the employer must make arrangements with some employees to have them work from home or staggered working hours or some other alternative arrangements to ensure that social distancing is possible to be practiced in the work environment.
According to Mr. Holness, the mandatory wearing of masks and an area for sanitization must be in place.
Masks, as we had stated before, are mandatory, and a sanitization program must be in place. Hand washing stations and hand sanitizing stations and equipment should be readily accessible to both employees, visitors, and customers. Ventilation is also another critical area of concern, and as far as possible, natural ventilation is recommended.
However, the Prime Minister indicated that persons wishing to operate from home can make the request to do so.
While we are encouraging persons to go back to their place of work, we acknowledge that this may not be practical or feasible in all cases. We must examine our situational realities and determine what is appropriate. During the period June 1 to 30, persons listed can make a request to work from home. So, for example, persons who are immunocompromised with underlying illnesses that are not currently under control by medical treatment and are therefore at risk, such persons will be required to present a medical certificate indicating that they are not at this time fit to work in an environment of general access which may expose them to increased risk during the pandemic.
Minister of Health Dr. Christopher Tufton also announced that additional work from home protocols can be found and downloaded from the Ministry of Health's website at www.moh.gov.jm. Other measures announced by the Prime Minister are: the curfew hours are to remain from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. from June 1 to 14, after which it will be eased from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. until June 30. No more than 10 persons are to be gathered in public spaces except for places of work and AGMs. Drivers of public passenger vehicles will now be allowed to carry the amount stipulated on their licenses instead of one less as was ordered previously. Restrictions on weddings and funerals will be eased to now allow 15 persons in attendance. For weddings, the 15 must include the minister, the bride and the groom. For funerals, no more than 10 can be mourners. The mandatory wearing of masks, the closure of beaches, rivers and places of amusement, and stay-at-home order for citizens 65 years and older, and the restrictions regarding infirmaries, hospitals and nursing homes remain in effect until June 30. Michael Sharp, Frontline News.